Be sure to check out my Patreon for weekly exclusive interviews, extra content on Veve and Omi, and building generational wealth, as well as money management tips from experienced whales. Yo, what's going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we're back with another Veve and Ecomi video. In this one, we're going to be checking out some interesting things going on in the community. I'm going to be giving you all my opinion and stuff on what's happening. I also want to know what you all think about what's been happening. Let me know in the comment section everything that's been going on in the community. I am going to be back more consistently starting today. So yeah, we're back on that consistency wave. I've been working on a lot of things as far as the Patreon and stuff goes. I've been working on a lot of what I have going on as far as also starting a business in the physical world as well, because a lot of my businesses are solely based online. So yeah, I've just been working on a lot lately, man, trying to get things in order to really bring more value to the Patreon as well, because things are about to change there a little bit as well. So, you know, just lot's been going on, man. Obviously I told you all I took a little break on my diet. I'm back on that now, back on my diet. Yeah, just a lot. Just been getting it together. Trying to, you know, trying to be great out here. So yeah, that being said, hopefully you all have been doing well, man. I know the Boba Fett drop is coming in like an hour or so. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. I'm definitely going for that one personally. I'm going for that drop. It'll do what it does. I mean, it's the most famous Star Wars piece, and I think that history is important. I think that it's a valuable piece. I know that Veve is making a bunch of new grails and making a bunch of new things valuable, and no one knows how it's going to go. But something that's historic is always going to be historic, I believe. I don't think that history just, you know, erases because a new generation wants something else to be better. I think that history is going to always have a certain level of importance, even though I do also believe that utility is going to be king. So whichever way that goes in the future, we'll see as well. But that being said, y'all, be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you stay updated. And let's jump into it, y'all. So Johnny Payne actually wrote an interesting post here. He says, most popular IPs. Can someone explain to me why Star Wars is basically 3 times more popular than Toy Story, yet Woody is 31 times cheaper than Darth? I don't understand this logic and why Winnie is 15 times cheaper than Darth when it's a bigger IP. So this is what it comes down to. When it comes down to Star Wars and why Star Wars is hard to compare things to, it's because the fan base is so diehard. So you can have Star Wars is less popular than a lot of things, but the fan base spends money up there that can be argued against the most popular things. Like, look at this amount of money that's coming from this from a littler brand. Like that's significant. The fact that Star Wars is one of the most, or probably the most famous collectors community out of anything. Maybe cars and stuff, but I don't know if that counts. I think Star Wars is the most famous known collectors community and they're that loud. Like, they're not even the biggest. They're just the most known, the most talked about. Like, everyone knows how diehard Star Wars fans are. And I mean, that just goes to show you the power of that fan base. So fan base is important, man. It's huge. Then, like, as far as Winnie the Pooh goes, people always make excuses. The fact of the matter is, people buy Winnie the Pooh products. Now, it may be a bunch of children buy. The thing is, parents buy that for their children, but at the same time, it's a noticeable brand. But will a parent also be willing to pay thousands of dollars for a Winnie the Pooh? I mean, that's a whole nother debate. That's a whole nother debate, in my opinion. But I think that something that's a collector's item, what makes something a collector's item, I guess, in my opinion, is its status, is what it represents, what it symbolizes. I think that when it comes down to people's childhood, Winnie the Pooh is a massive symbol for that. So I think that it's valuable having a real collector's item that represents Winnie the Pooh and the first ever on the blockchain. I do think that's important and significant. I just think we're so new, we're so early, people are so uncertain around this space as a whole that they respect other things more. Other things are a safer bet. So do you want to bet on people having respect for Winnie the Pooh when it could just be parents buying it for their children? Or do you want to go where there's automatic respect and you know that people are going to care no matter what, which is Star Wars? So I think Star Wars is just less risky. I think it's a similar thing with Toy Story. So yeah, I think it's similar there. I think it's some similarities there with Toy Story, man. It's just like Toy Story isn't a proven, known collectors community, and if people are collecting Toy Story stuff, it's probably just children. But also, when it came down to collecting comic books and stuff, I would assume that was just young people at one point in time too. Like when it comes down to collecting Pokemon cards, you got to think that there was just young people collecting that too. So the collectors community is going to mature. Things are going to become more and more valuable. Things are going to become less. Excuse me, yo. So I mean, I think that we're just still so early on. No one knows what's going to happen. So people are going towards what I guess the sure things, what looks like it could be a sure thing based on history and stuff. So yeah, that's what I would assume is going on there. Next, my man say, Crypto Cam says, not gonna lie, I was definitely sad that David Yu and Veve, they gave out first appearance Veve logos at Comic-Con because I was so looking forward to that drop that was supposed to happen in April, they said. Now definitely can't afford that logo. Somebody in the comments, I don't feel like finding the comment, but somebody said they're still gonna do that drop. That was just something different. But then he brought up a great point, which is that's still the first appearance of the Veve logo. So the one that was given out there is the first appearance of the Veve logo as far as an NFT format. So the Veve drop that comes, it's not going to be first appearance. It's not going to be first edition or nothing. So yeah, like because they gave that out at one random event. I mean, that Veve is going to do what Veve is going to do. I don't necessarily like that either. The fact that the first appearance came to people who just went to an event, like who was lucky enough to go to an event. Now they get the first appearance, they get the super valuable one, while everyone else is just getting a test version of it to like, and it doesn't matter the color scheme. What's going to be argued is that, oh, like this logo was gold and white, as opposed to the Veve colors. The Veve colors matter. The blue, like the Veve logo is the Veve logo. The first appearance of that logo, like, does it matter that, like, because if you want to get to arguing the color thing, that's when you got to say, okay, golden moments versus the regular edition. Is that now a first appearance? Like, let's say they do Darth Vader in a golden moments style. Is that now another first appearance? No. I mean, does that devalue the current Darth Vader? It's like, no, like it doesn't. So yeah, basically they screwed everybody who was going to go for the logos. Essentially, they screwed everybody who was going to go for the logos because now it's no longer a first appearance. You can still get the logo to have some fun, to play with it, because you support Veve or whatever. But in terms of it being valuable, now that's up in the air. That's definitely up in the air. So, I mean, I guess we'll see. Time will tell. Then a huge whale is having some issues with Veve. So he says, I've been waiting for what Veve official comes up with about cash out. I don't see any reason for me to keep pumping more money into Veve when my country can't cash out. Unless it's fixed, I guess I have to step outside for now. I was waiting for this before I pump more money. So I guess where Ray Fixie is from, he can't really, the Veve isn't offering cash out. Now I'm sure cash out will come at some point in time. But yeah, I mean, I don't know why cash out isn't allowed here. I actually haven't looked into it or anything. I mean, it's sad that we have a huge whale no longer investing. He did say that he has no plans of leaving the community or anything like that, but he's just not going to put more money into it when there's no certainty that when he can get it out. Like he's put in a lot of money. Like, he's not one of the guys out here putting in a few $1,000s. Okay, you can't get that back out ever. It's an issue. Like, he's probably pumped in like hundreds of thousands, if not millions, into this platform. So I mean, it would be illogical for him to continue investing in this with no information on when he will be able to get his money back out. So yeah, I think that, like, even if he has no intentions to take his money out right now, because he is a known long-term holder, but at the same time, I wouldn't be putting that type of money into something that I don't know I don't have any information into when I can get it out, especially depending on my financial situation as well. Like, just because somebody has millions and millions of dollars, it does not mean that it doesn't mean that they don't need to know when they can get their money back out, because they may have other investment opportunities. I know one of my other homies, he had to take some stuff, liquidate some stuff on Veve because he had other business opportunities in the physical world to worry about. So yeah, I mean, this is sad. This is a big deal. Let me know how you all feel about this, man. Hopefully Veve gets that sorted out so he can because I mean, if all the whales, if the whale, especially with Ray Fixie's attachment to this project and love for this project, like, you start pushing whales like him away, that's going to be an issue. He's one of the biggest guys out here moving the market by himself. Now obviously we don't need any whale. We're going to have enough people to do right by this project. This project is going to be fine even without just huge mega whales, but I mean, the whales help things. They help move things along much faster. So yeah. Then we got CK Alpha. CK Alpha wrote, sometimes I think the Veve community is unaware of the original messaging the OG community used constantly over a year ago. A 3 to 5 year plan. That's all we all said over and over again. We understood the long game. We're only 1 year and a few months past that time. Relax. So when it comes down to it, this project is a long-term investment. A lot of people were saying 3 to 5 years. I have always said that that's unreasonable. Like, you want something that has never been done in the history of humanity to be done in 3 to 5 years. Like, it takes 3 to 5 years to get a bakery off the ground and get it doing well, get it stable, get it profitable. So you want Veve to do something in the amount of time that it would take to get your local bagel shop up and running. Like, unrealistic. That's why I've always said this is a 10-year plan for me, because I understand the scope and the magnitude of the vision. This is something that could really become one of the biggest businesses in human history. One of the biggest, among the biggest. Like gaming, like the whole gaming industry is up there. Like one of the biggest, most successful businesses. The NFT space, metaverse, crypto, all of this stuff combined, like all of this, like this Veve's particular type of business is a business that can perform at that same magnitude. So yeah, this is a long-term thing. This isn't even a 3 to 5 year type plan for me. For me, this is 10. This is why I've said 10 years from the beginning. This is exactly why I've said 10 years. It's completely unrealistic that you can get Veve up and go into its maximum capacity within 3 to 5 years, in my opinion. Now, Veve has accomplished a lot. Veve will continue to do a lot, but I don't believe that they can do in 5 years the same thing that you open a car garage and that will do. Like you open some of these established businesses that's been around for decades, and those will take 3 to 5 years to get going. So to do something that has never happened in human history before, I don't think that it's going to take the same amount of time. I think that it's going to take longer. It's only right that it takes longer. So that's just my opinion. I don't think that we're going to see any significant or huge, huge impacts when it comes down to the metaverse, or huge I don't know, like huge something from even the metaverse performance side of things for the until like 3 or 5 year mark, like, so yeah, I think that it's going to take a lot of time. Let me know what you all think though. Obviously, if they're partnering with a company like Disney for the metaverse, I mean, that changes the timeline a lot. It's so many different things, so many different avenues, depending on who their partners are, who they're working with, what route they're taking. We don't know. Like, it could make the timeline a lot better than 10 years, but at the same time, I'm not going to bank on Disney coming up to save the day. Even though I personally believe that that's what's happening. I think Disney is probably one of the companies they're going to be working with to build their metaverse. I'm not going to bank on that. I'm not going to, I am technically banking on it, but when it comes down to logically wrapping my head around this, right? It's just safer to assume that this is going to take 10 years because it does not have the resources of something like a Disney or something. Like, don't make an assumption that Disney has to help or is going to help without a doubt or anything like that. even if you believe that, because that is what I believe. I believe that they are locked in with Disney and companies of that caliber, and they're going to be helping with the metaverse, but it's just not wise to invest in that way with that expectation over a company, because then if it turns out they got some random Joe Schmo company to help out and it's just a talented uprising company, it leads to disappointment, and it could lead to a dip in the price if everybody believed that they was working with Disney and then they came and worked with some mom and pop shop or something. So yeah, it's just better to be safe than sorry. But let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. That's pretty much it. This is some of the stuff that I wanted to cover in this video. Let me know your thoughts below, man. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace out, fam.